Hey guys, and welcome back to another yoga session. My name is Allyssa and I'm coming to you from Isabella Fitness. Today's yoga session is going to be a nice morning flow. All right, so we're going to really stretch it out, really wake up the body on this one. All right, so first thing I'd like you guys to do is just start off in a nice little pretzel position. If you're more comfortable in butterfly, you can be here too. Get a little bit of an extra stretch here in your legs. Open it up a little bit more here. But if you're comfortable in pretzel, you can meet me there as well. All right, so we're here. First thing I'd like you guys to do is really just place our hands onto our knees. We're gonna close our eyes and take some deep breaths in. Good, and eyes can open up. All right, anytime that I'm taking any deep breaths, I'm really setting my intentions for my yoga practice or for my day in general. Just thinking about what I need to do here, maybe what feels a little funky in the body this morning, and what we need to wake up and get moving, all right? So first thing is, I'd like us to really work on our neck a little bit today, right? So first thing I want you to do is bring one hand right onto your heart. The other one, you're gonna swing out nice and long. You're gonna bring it over by the ear on the other side if you can. All right, and you're not gonna really press down here. We're just gonna let the weight of our hand pull our head to the side a little bit. Open our neck up, feel a little stretch here. And keeping our hand over our heart to remember to have a nice big chest and not let our chest collapse. Deep breath here. Good, and hand comes out. Good, and now we're going to bring our opposite hand to our heart. Other arm to the side. I'm going to bring it out, up and over to our ear, and keeping it here. Deep breath in. Good. Good, and hand can come out and bring it over onto your chest with your other hand and just bringing our hands together. All right, taking a second, taking a few deep breaths in. And when we're here, I'm really focused on keeping a nice high back and really staying nice and high, chest just nice and high here. Good. Now from here, I'd like you guys to bring your hands to the side, and then we're going to bring them up overhead, and we're going to hold them up here, maybe open them up towards the sky a little bit. And from here, we're going to move our wrists around. Do some wrist circles here. Just really opening up everything. Maybe you want to curl in and out your fingers as well, get them moving. And come down. And one last time, deep breath in. We're going to bring our arms back up. Good, here guys, awesome. All right, you can bring those arms down. And from here, I'm gonna have us get a little bit of a stretch in our back. So you can stay in this pretzel position here or butterfly position. And you're gonna bring your opposite hand to your opposite knee. Other hand is gonna come behind us. Lean back a little bit, and you're gonna look towards that shoulder that's behind you here. All right, feel a nice little stretch here in your back. Breathe into the stretch here. gonna come back to center, and we're gonna turn to the other side, opposite hand to opposite knee, come back, and again, looking over that shoulder. Good. Come back to center. What I'm gonna have us do is bring our hands down to the ground. We're gonna get tabletop for a second. All right, so get into our tabletop position. And from here, I'm gonna have us take one arm at a time, and we're gonna open up and bring our hand to the sky and back down. All right, so one arm comes up, reach to the sky, come back down. And we're just gonna alternate here, warming up our shoulders a little bit. Now, if your hands are only coming out to the side a little bit and you're not getting them as high, it's totally fine. Do what you feel you need to in your practice today. Good. All right, now from here, I'm gonna have us work into our hips a little bit, open it up. Something that if you were in a butterfly position before, you're gonna be working a little bit more into that. So you're gonna come up onto your toes. All right, up onto our toes. We can use our hands to help get there. All right, I'm gonna face you guys so you can see me. And just working on those toes, heels are up, and we're just twisting here back and forth. You can even release the hands and really press out on the knees. Wake up our groin and our inner thigh area here. Really just feel a big stretch. And if you feel one side that really needs it, you can really work into that side. Or you can stay here, hands down. And just wake up your legs a little bit. All right, and now remember, we always want to be careful with our knees. Definitely one joint you want to really move those muscles that are around it, wake it up. So if this bothers your knees at all, you can always come down back to tabletop, reset. All right, and we're gonna meet you guys back there anyway in just a second. All right, knees should be coming out and waking up. Quads, hamstrings, everything waking up a little bit. All right. Now we're gonna come back down into our tabletop position here. All right, so back to tabletop, into a nice flat back, staying stacked over our hands. Take one deep breath in here. Good. Now we're gonna bring that right leg up. So I'm gonna have you guys stay with me on this leg here. Right leg is gonna come up. You can see on the other side. And I'm gonna have you keep that right arm and then pressing that shoulder into your knee on this side. And you're gonna lean into it with this leg. Now, if you need to bring your knee back a little bit more to really feel a stretch on the other side, do it. And then at the same time, you're pushing into this leg. Now this is can be a very challenging stretch here as well, so make sure we're breathing. And then from here, I'm gonna have you guys keep that right hand down. You can stay here, and if you'd like to, you have the option to bring this arm open. You're gonna open up, hand towards the sky. Really just feeling a nice big stretch here. And we're gonna bring it down. Bring that knee back behind us. All right, you guys can reset here in our little seated position. Reset, take a deep breath. After doing yoga, I feel like one of the biggest things that I realized when I started my yoga practice was just how much I really needed to deep breathe. So you'll see me take a lot of deep breaths in and out throughout this session, because sometimes throughout the day you really just forget to take those deep breaths, and I notice how more relaxed I feel after my sessions. All right, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. I'd like you guys to bring that left leg up, all right? And from here, I'm staying stacked right over my ankle with my knee here. Hands coming inside and pressing out. And I'm gonna get a little stretch on my back leg here. Ooh, this stretch feels really good today. Good, now deep breath in, and we're gonna bring that arm up and twist. Good, and breathe out. Deep breath in, and breathe out. Hand comes back down, and our leg comes back. And we're going to reset right here in our seated position. All right, from here, what I'd like you guys to do, we're gonna walk our hands out a little bit. All right, and we're gonna bring our toes up, and I think you guys can follow along with me here. We are gonna pop up into our downward dog. All right, so you can walk it in a little bit. Try to push those heels down a little bit. Feel a nice calf stretch there. I love doing some walks here, downward dog walks. Make sure our head is through and then we're feeling a big stretch up in our shoulders as well. Good. You guys can bring those hands in, one piece at a time. All right, now we're in our forward fold here. Now you guys can just relax here. Again, walk it out with our knees a little bit. And then one piece at a time, we're gonna walk our hands up our leg. Hands up our leg until we're completely standing. All right, we're gonna take a deep breath in here and breathe out. Coming back down to forward fold, walking those hands out. And we are also going to get back into our downward dog, and again, can walk it out here. You're gonna walk it out. Good, and one last time, we're gonna walk our hands back in, all the way up to our toes. And then from here, I'm gonna have you guys stay into this folded position, and we're gonna bring our feet nice and wide. So come into a wide V position. All right, I'm gonna turn, that way you guys can see me from the front. All right, so keeping our head down, just letting our back relax. Legs are nice and wide here. Let that head just hang down. All right, I'm just gonna keep my hands to the ground. Feel a nice big stretch here. Locking those heels into the ground, and we're gonna walk our hands over to one side. Feel a big stretch on that one leg. And walk the hands back up to the other side. Coming back to center. And one more time to the side. All the way across to the other side. And back to center. Now you can slowly walk your feet in and out, toes to heels back in. And then one piece of our spine at a time, once your feet are all the way together. We're gonna bring ourselves back up nice and slow. Good, guys. Deep breath in here. And breathe out. One more time. Good job, guys. All right, what I'd like you guys to do here is grab your elbow and we're gonna bring it across and feel a big stretch. Also balancing a little bit here, keeping our belly nice and tight. Keeping our feet nice and close together. Arm release and other sides coming across. Good. And release that hand. I'm going to turn to the side here on my mat. All right, I'm going to have you guys slowly walk your hands down your legs, and we're going to come back down. And once you come down low enough, bring those knees to the ground. All right, from here, elbows. All right, we're going to bring our arms down a little bit lower this time. Picking our toes up, we're gonna cross our fingers in the front, and then from here, press up into our dolphin pose. Two more deep breaths here until we come down. Always love a good inverted breathing here. Good, and knees come down. And we're gonna relax, all right? So walk the hands in. Take a second here in one of our reset positions, all right? Just seated. I'm gonna have you come down into child's pose. Legs can get a little bit wider if you wanna do a wide child's pose. All right, arms come out nice and long. Now we're gonna walk our hands up. And that's gonna put us into more of our puppy pose. Hips are gonna come up into the air. Remember, that is totally fine here. Just like our puppy pose. And I'm actually gonna have you guys bring your body all the way through. And we're gonna lay flat to the ground. All right, so once we're flat here to the ground, I'm gonna have you guys get nice and long. So I have a Superman position. Just let those arms go long, right ahead of you. Maybe you're opening up your palms. Your feet are pointed at the floor, right? Or you could be pointed outwards towards the other way. Relax the neck here, and just take a deep breath in. Good. Now cross those hands, palm to elbow, palm to elbow. We're going to bring our arms in nice and close. Rest our head here. And I'm going to have us bring our toes up. And we're going to slowly, one at a time, bring them up and down. Really just getting some movement in our hamstrings and relaxing our upper body. Good, and you guys can stay here. Okay, you can stay in this position. Keep your head nice and tucked. I'm gonna have you guys continue breathing and breathe here as long as you need to. Deep breaths in, and remembering those deep breaths out. Remembering what intention that we put in place for today, that we knew that we needed, what we're going to carry on for the rest of our day, not only during our practice, but in our regular daily lives. Right? So so happy that you guys could join me on our yoga journey, and I will see you guys in our next yoga practice.